Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Weather Fans Live here on Sunday, the 4th. No, it's not. Sunday, the 6th of April, 25. Just in number 4, I thought it's the 4th. No, it's not. It's the 6th of April. Hope we're all well on this fine Sunday evening. It's me, myself, and I on this show, live, whatever you want to call it these days. And the weather hasn't really done anything much, really, has it? If you like the dry weather, it's stayed nice and dry. And it's more the same for this week. But we'll still have a look around what's happening. I've got you the March stats for March. March stats for the UK. That's what I was wanting to say. We'll have a look, see what's happening out there. We shall take a look at what's happening out this week, which won't take too long. And we will see what's happening across America at the moment. So it could be fairly full live, but we'll see what we can do this evening. And there's quite a few in this evening, so let's go to the top of the chart. Freaking hell. Shall we start again? Chat. So good evening to Laura Johnson, who's joined us this evening. Also, we've got Chris A. Good evening to our mod PJ, Paul James. Play your cards right. Indeed, we will. That was the theme. If you was listening before the live started. Who else have we got this evening? It's nice to see you. Audio coffee. Good game. And Paul's picked up his Brucey bonus. And good evening to the one and only... Good evening, Steffi. Welcome to this. In English, welcome to this evening's live. Why can't I talk on these lives anymore? Who else have we got this evening? We've got Lee Stevens. Evening. Can't stop but for hello. Hello to you, Lee. Thank you for coming in this evening. Hold your coffee. What an awful week it's been. You know, I'm ready for all this lots of rain. I thought you actually misread that. I thought, what an awful week of all this rain we've had. Well, it's been very chill on the East Coast. Have you been on the East Coast? It's been quite windy, actually. I know it's been quite a windy high. If it wasn't for that wind, I think temperatures will be a lot higher than they have been showing or felt warmer. And good evening to Rachel, who is floating on a giant Tweety Pie balloon. So let's hope that balloon doesn't pop. Good evening to Anne Smith. Thank you for joining us this evening. Chris, I love play cards right. You can't beat Brucey. He was just the best of the game shows back in that era. Well, any kind of era, really. A legend in his own right. Need more water with it, Michael? Possibly. I'm on the good old sugar-free Pepsi Max. You all right there? So, you get the cakes again? Oh, I thought we had the cakes there. Oh, where's my cake? Not hers, the mine. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the friends. Makes me turn to smile every time you. That makes me smile every time you do. Now my sign language name is science. No, I didn't actually. Oh, you still love Strike It Lucky. I'm going to see if I can download that in the future, actually. Mango Pepsi Max, because why not? I wasn't really keen on the mango one. Oh, you've just reminded me of Pepsi. Let me just get it from the fridge behind me. Speaking of Pepsi, has anyone tried that yet? It's Pepsi strawberries and cream flavour. It says 0 sugar, but I've said to my partner, surely 0 sugar is Pepsi Max. Am I wrong? So yeah, it's very nice. I bought the pack of 8-pack because I couldn't find the single one. So I thought, you know what? So yeah, strawberries and cream. I need to try the other one, I think, which is cream soda. Chris A saying, we've had a lovely sunshine on the south coast of England, but chilly northeasterly wind. Yeah, it's just that wind that's kept it a bit chilly. I said it was just, if it wasn't for that wind, it would feel really pleasant out there. Good evening to our mod, James. Thank you for joining us this evening. So you double trouble for anyone that wants to cause trouble, because you've got 2 mods on your case tonight. Rachel's trying. Rachel wants that. I spotted it in Asda when I popped in on Friday. PJ said, I have tried it, quite nice. It's not too bad. I definitely want to go to like a turbo carvery where you can set your own flavors in the machines. I always go for like the vanilla and strawberry, and that's virtually that, really. So ice cream is more the same as vanilla, isn't it? It looks like that looks like it's worth trying. It is actually. Like you like ice cream, so then it's worth a try. How many calories in it? I can't write. It says 2 calories. But if you can see that on the can. Is that right? 2 calories? The green screen's not showing the green, is it? So if that's right, 2 calories. That's where it's not called Diet Pepsi or Pepsi Max, but sugar-free. Exactly, my fault. That's what Pepsi Max is. It's sugar-free. I don't drink it because it's sugar-free. I just think Pepsi Max tastes better than main Pepsi itself. Good evening to Frog Legs, Matthew. Definitely a cool breeze, but the sun is very strong. Yes. I'm not sure if I've caught the sun or not, because I've been in it quite a lot in the last few days. Love different taste of Coke. So let's try new flavours. I think I've actually got a Fanta behind me, which is a different flavour, which I'll show you in a second. Oh, Lee's got a change of plan. You can watch now. Oh, goody. What's that? Might be worth dipping a blob of ice cream in that Pepsi. Oh, no. I saw from RBS that was going to be, if that's going to be affected my stomach or not. I think Paul James saying, yes, that's correct with the 2 calories. I think that's what he means. What shops are these in? I spotted these in my Asda store. Oh, Lee being on his best behaviour, excuse me. Can get that in home bargains. Yeah, I don't know where you can get them from. I literally just spotted it in my local Asda. Let's scroll down. What's that? Ice cream and sugar-free don't go well. No, I'm not risking it either. It's either one or the other. Oh. And you've seen that on the Morrison's website, Rachel. Right, I'm sure the other Fanta actually got. Has anyone tried the Fanta? Is it Fanta Tutti Frutti? Let's get myself back on the screen properly. Fanta Tutti Frutti. Promise a limited edition, so let's see how long the limited edition lasts for. It was okay. It's okay. Probably about 7 out of 10 on that, personally. Tutti Frutti, yes. Again, I like it. As like it as you've tried it and you like it, or like it because it's new. I think Britvic to sponsor me here because I'm seems to be promoting most of their drinks. I think it's Britvic. Is this or is this Coca Cola? Oh no, Fanta's Coca Cola. Britvic's the Pepsi. Yes, that's right. Pepsi. Britvic. Let's put it back in the fridge. Right. Oh, seen them in Costco, but wasn't paying 13 odd quid for 18 cans. Oh, Jesus, no. I think sadly the low sugar and sugar-free drinks are worse for you than the natural sugar ones. It's all to the apologies for the I'm saying this wrong. Enteric nervous system and the physiological response to zero energy. Drinks worse than natural sugar ones, all to do with the. Is it something in the sweeteners then that's perhaps make it worse for you? And more of if they have a root beer and Aldi and buying as much as they can carry in person. Just bring a huge trolley and one full fat Coke, and I can't sleep. I think that's all the sugar in it, surely. And the caffeine as well, I'm guessing. Right. I'm at the bottom of the chat. I'm going to send you, not going to send you all to the stats, but I'll bring that onto the screen right now. And it would help if I press screen share, wouldn't it? So the March stats are in. And the mean temperature for March for the 91 to 20 anomaly has us around a degree above average with parts of the. Excuse me. Hang on, I'm not on full screen, am I? Let's do that. There we go. Where's my tab? There we go. So yeah, the mean temperature for March 2025 has us a degree above average for many areas, with some parts over 2 degrees above average, parts of Northern Ireland, perhaps the North Midlands there actually, northwest England through Cumbria into Scotland as well. The rainfall, wow. No surprise, it's been a very dry March. Towards northern Scotland, it has been around about average to slightly drier than average. Then you can see towards the parts of the Wales, the Midlands, East Anglia, along the south, which is the whole of the south coast, there into southwest England, apart from Cornwall. It's been virtually a very dry month. Some places have seen less than 20% of their March average. Can actually go into the actual there. So if we go to the actual, so these dark areas here, which is indication of this one here, is anything from 25 millimeters or below. And here, Tower of Staffordshire, throughout the whole of March, I just recorded 7.6 millimeters of rain all throughout March. And obviously, we've gone through the first week of April, there or thereabouts, give or take a day or two, and they've received absolute nothing. So it's been about 5 weeks, at least, of where I've recorded about 7.6 millimeters of rain. Whereas through Western Scotland there, they've received around about over 150 millimeters of rain. So a big contrast, really, from less than 25 millimeters to over 150 millimeters towards Western Scotland. And bear in mind as well, this includes that rain band we had coming through. We had a few showers round, I think it might be in the second or third week of March. and one or two thunderstorms, which we'll see in just a moment. We'll look at the lightning strikes. Then here it must have been that day where we had quite a lot of heavy rain that moved towards the west, and including those band of showers going up through Western Wales as well. So yeah, no surprise on the 91 to 20 anomaly is drier than average. We've got 61 to 90 anomaly. That's more or less the same anyway, isn't it? Right, next we'll take a look. Actually, let's have a look at the days of rain with 10 millimeters or more. And that's actually, oh, there's actual. So many areas, especially England and Wales, that you had no days of anything over 10 millimeters or more. Again, this area here was that band of heavy rain, kind of like thunderstorm that came through northern England, and those showers through Western Wales. Obviously, there's been a bit more rain towards Western Scotland at times through March itself. Let's click that back to 91 to 20 anomaly and take a look at the sunshine, because it has been, I think for England and maybe Wales, I think it's mostly England, had their sunniest March on record. So parts of the Outer Hebrides has been slightly duller than average for March, and parts of northern Scotland has been around about average. Then the rest of the UK have been above average for sunshine amounts, and especially for East Anglia, parts of southeast England, a little bit of parts of Wales there. East Midlands have had more than 170% of their average in terms of sunshine amounts, and elsewhere well above 110 to 170% of the average. The actual hours, many areas above 160 hours of sunshine through March. Again, northwest Scotland, that's the Outer Hebrides, have had less than 80 hours of sunshine through March. Right, the days of air frost. Let's have a look at the days of air frost. And this is showing, well, quite many places actually, if not all places, have seen some kind of air frost through March. Obviously, local variations throughout the whole country. Some places I've seen around about 10 days of air frost through March. Northern England seen around about 5 to 10 days of air frost through March. Let's have a look at the ground frost. So these are the day frost. And some eastern areas through the Midlands there have had shown more than 20 days of ground frost, but I think local variations will be in amongst that as well. And slightly less towards northwest of Scotland, so that's probably where they've had more of that rain points through March. So even there, they've had about up to 5 days of ground frost in Scotland. Let's go into the line strikes through March, and obviously been a dry. Oh, my screen's frozen on me. Just bear with me a second. That has completely froze on me. We'll just try and refresh that page. Has that given up the ghost on me? Go 10 seconds. If not, we'll just leave it as that because obviously it doesn't want me to show the lightning strikes. No, it's not responding, so we'll leave that as it is. Right, let's have a quick check on the chat, see how we're all doing. Oh, Matthew was saying SodaStream. Who remembers them? I do remember them, but I've never had one myself. You can make your own fizzy drinks. Yeah, I remember them. What you're saying, I'm going to say, but Tesco do awesome zero sugar, zero caffeine cola, and it's not horrible. It's close, but not undrinkable. Further on from what Steph was saying, the body's expecting energy when the taste buds detect sweet. So when no energy is present, the body sends out a hunger signal to the stomach and you end up eating more. Oh, didn't know that. Thanks for sharing that, Steffi. I didn't know that at all. Let's put myself back on the screen. I didn't realise I wasn't on the screen. Oh, not played this for a while. Hello to Gavin if he's still there. I'm not sure if he's still in the chat or not. Evening, weather fans, even everyone just coming to say hi. I'm out for a walk in a moment. Have a great live stream, guys. Thank you so much, Gavin, if you're still there, if you're watching. Enjoy your walk. Because, mate, going for a walk in the dark. Unless someone's turned the lights up outside. Just stay safe, Gav, if you're having a walk in the dark. Good evening to Ben. Ben Henty, thank you for joining us this evening. The brown on the map is my lawn. I love to say I've got a lawn, but it's just the lawns around here are awful. I think it's when they built this housing estate about 5 years ago. Goodness, what they've used, but Jesus. I think when I was digging like the border, the freaking clay that was coming out, I could have made myself a few new pots with it. There's that much clay. Just going to go down the chat. Don't you freeze on me. Oh, don't you dare freeze on me. Oh, yeah. How long before the usual suspects start screaming back droughts? We've had one for years and I've not seen a statin pipe since 1970s. Well, if this dry weather continues, you never know. But with this country, you just don't know. We could, next few months, we could have tons and tons of rain. But it's a big contrast considering last March was actually up there one of the wettest Marches we had on record to flip again to one of the driest. But I've noticed that over the years, if you have like perhaps a very wet or very dry certain month, sometimes the very next year could be more or less the opposite, but not always. Sometimes that can occur. Just going to keep going down. Yeah, I agree with that. Sure, the dead expect shortly. No, just let them do their more snow forecast. I said in Gav's live when Gav was saying, it could turn a bit colder. So I think one of the models shown the later part in April. And I was saying you probably expect a 200 miles snow, 6 foot of snow with the tabloids. So we'll see those headlines no doubt in the next few days, weeks. Just going down in your chat. My lawn needs a full back and sides. I think I need that as well. Oh, it's a bit late for that. I do agree with that. I do love chilly nights, perfect for standing in the garden, listening for the birds' song at daft o'clock in the morning. When I'm getting up for work about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, I can hear the birds singing away, especially when I'm walking to work about 6:30 in the morning. Really beautiful, especially when the sun's coming through between the trees, rising as well. Audio coffee. I remember one time traveling from Manchester to London by coach. It was -1 in Manchester when I left, and 21 degrees in the middle of London, and I was there dressed in for the weather left behind. That's the thing this time of year, you get such a big temperature contrast from like the very chilly mornings into like summer-like conditions when you leave. I kind of have that myself actually. Well, because I work in a chilled environment, sometimes I can work in the freezer. I could have worked in the freezer all day about -23, 24. As soon as I walk out, it could be about +30 degrees outside. It's like a 50-degree temperature increase in the space of about 10 minutes for me or something. Friends saying it's not dark. It's not being dark here. See that? We've got some the wrong way outside our house here. Matthew, trees are in blossom here. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. You can definitely by the river here. You see a lot of trees in blossom. It's beautiful. I love this time of year. Seeing everything come back to life after winter. I love the smell of cut grass. I do as well, but sometimes it does make me sneeze. But I'm not known to suffer from hay fever yet. Snow bombs return. Yeah, we'll wait for that to appear in the next few days. Yeah, James saying it's dark here too. Okay, where we going next? Where was I planning to go next? So we've done the UK. I can get rid of that chart. Let's have a look at the latest. Oh, helps again if I press the screen share. So that should bring me onto the screen. So here's the latest. This is the latest on the ECMWF. We're looking at the temperature 2 meters above the ground, so the air temperature. So temperatures currently, is this live right now? That's at 7 o'clock, so give or take about an hour or so. So temperatures still around about 10, 11 degrees. See if we can click a weather front on there. Probably nothing to show actually, weather fronts. So yep, this is from the ECMWF model. I can change if need be. Temperature around about 10, 11 degrees. Much cooler on these North Sea coasts, up to about 7, 8 degrees. Wind still coming in from the North Sea. You can see that centre of high pressure sat in the North Sea itself, circulating round. If I zoom out, you see temperatures around about average for this time of year, much warmer towards France. And weather fronts wise, there's a nice weather front cross through the Med there. You see this cold front. You can definitely see that's the cold front there, sat across Eastern Europe. And you can see the blues with this. Some temperature down to about -3, -4. Through, I think that's Bulgaria and Hungary. Into Poland as well, it's about 2 degrees. Through into Greece, it's beyond this conference about 8 or 10 degrees. Parts of Turkey about 10 degrees. Through into southern France, around Marseille, around about 17, 18 degrees. The Balearics, around about 18 degrees. Obviously, it's getting cooler now because it's turning nighttime. So let's have a look at what we're going to look at next. Precipitation-wise, across much of Europe. We've got some rain or showers affected parts of Spain and Portugal there. There's that cold front. I think this is showing perhaps a bit of snow actually for parts. Yes, it's showing actually snow, showing a bit of snow there for Eastern Europe. Not showing about a few centimeters of snow here and there. It's showing a bit of freezing rain there towards southwestern Moscow. So into Turkey, there are some showers into Greece, Albania, Croatia, also through central southern Italy. Let's put on the air pressure. So this is showing a bit different compared to what we used to seeing. So there's air of high pressure centered around about 1,038. I told you actually 1,029 millibars. As we head into Central Europe, again underneath that high pressure 1,025. And there's that low pressure center around about here. There's your triple point, roughly around about here, around about 999 hectopascals. I've got a deep low actually, a fairly deep low actually, into the Atlantic around about a 968. That's been kept at bay with this high pressure sat over the North Sea. Thunderstorms. Let's take the weather front off there. Not showing any thunderstorms. That's right, I'm just getting used to this new website here. I thought I'd give a try for today. Let's look at the GFS, see if that's showing. That's interesting. Let's have a zoom out. Try I've got these webcams and have a look at a live shot of what's going on. So where do we head to first? Let's click into there. That's Thatcham. I think that's towards maybe Surrey, I think. Obviously clear skies there. Roughly. Again, clear skies there, which is probably more clear skies everywhere we look at, if I'm honest. And Labby Common. 1812, it feels like current temperature 9.6 degrees, feels like 7.2 of that wind. Let's have a look at this webcam here at Sturminster, Marshall. Again, clear skies. So this would be nice to see once the weather starts changing if there's perhaps any thunderstorms around. Does this give us this in set hourly things? So there's the moon set in there. I'm not sure if saying left at all. I'm not sure if that's actually a real town name, actually. Yeah, it's been a pleasant day across that area there towards, I'm guessing that's towards Cornwall, some Devon, so towards North Wales. Again, clear sky. I think when we look across the UK, will be clear skies. So let's end that there and have a look at the charts. We're actually going to start off with the ECMWF 12Z charts. James asking a massive question here. Is there any thunderstorms this week? But much chance of seeing a thunderstorms than it is me being the Prime Minister tomorrow. So let's have a look at what the ECMWF is showing. The 12Z, obviously Gav can't show these now because of the clocks going forward. So the ECMWF 12Z has right now has that high pressure sat in the North Sea. And tomorrow, that high pressure remains in charge, still sat in the North Sea, and into Tuesday and into Wednesday as well. High pressure starts to shift centred over towards northwest of Scotland. Then as we go into Thursday, that area of high pressure starts to sink southwards across the UK. So really we should lose that wind we've had, which seems like it's gone on for days upon end. And high pressure still sensed across the UK. Temperatures could be in the high teens, perhaps low 20s. Well, that shows the temperatures there. Nope. So into Saturday, we start seeing lower pressure. We start to approach from the south there. Still high pressure dominated through Saturday. Into Sunday, we are seeing perhaps a low pressure system moving up from the south. So that could introduce some rain or showers, and pressures weakening from the northwest as well. So could see a bit of a change actually into next weekend. We'll have low pressure set towards the west of the UK, so we could start seeing more chance of showers or rain since the start of next week. We've got low pressure set towards the southwest of the UK, and this is showing signs of a change as we head towards the weekend and beyond. So this is low pressure sat across northwestern areas, and that will introduce some rain or showers. Is that going to let us show us the rainfall? It's not, is it? Right. Okay, we'll move on to the FACS charts from the good old Met. So let's flick that across. So the FACS charts from the good old Met Office, again, high pressure sat in the North Sea. There's that fairly deep area of low pressure out towards the Atlantic. It's the west of Iberia. Move that forward. High pressure still sensed across the North Sea. These weather fronts have just been kept at bay with this area of high pressure over us. And high pressure through into Tuesday, into Wednesday. There's weather fronts that was sat there, has been pushed northwards and just can't really do anything, can't move in. Then now high pressure sinks over the UK through into Thursday and into Friday. The signs of weakening pressure with perhaps a weak weather front coming into the far north of Scotland into Friday. And there's that low not too far from the southwest of the UK, but still going to remain dry for much of England and Wales. And there's a sign there that there's a weak weather front bringing more cloud, maybe a few spots of rain towards Friday. So a quick look at the GFS 12 o'clock, 12Z run. I've got 850 and the upper airs. So there's that cool air affecting parts of Eastern Europe that I've shown you. And relatively mildish air across the UK. Once we lose that northeasterly wind, that high pressure sinks southwards across the UK. And we lose that cool air across the UK, so temperatures should start to climb back into the high teens again. What happens after that? High pressure continues to move. So that high pressure starts to actually lose its influence across much of Northern Europe. It may be sinking out towards the west into the Atlantic there. We've got lower pressure up towards the northwest. We've got lower pressure down towards the southwest. And there's a sign there. Looks like there's air of low pressure movement from the southwest there. Could introduce some heavy rain at times through the weekend. Then we've got that cooler air trying to move in from the west, but the Azores high is pushing back up to start next week. But that could be a temporary thing. That low trying to get in, but doesn't seem like it's going to get in fully at this stage. There'll be a weather front sat across much of the UK there. So there's quite a warm, hot air actually towards Central Eastern Europe in association with this, with that low pressure. So we will see like a spell of rain or showers actually through into days 10 to 14. So if that long fetch southwesterly as we head into days 12 and 13, the low pressure moves back in towards northwestern areas. Then looks like high pressure tries to push back in from the west as we head into days 14 to 16 with this run, bringing down some cooler air, and that's the end of that run. So look at the temperatures for the rest of this week. So during tomorrow, temperatures will be around about the low teens. Obviously feeling cooler with the wind coming off the North Sea down these eastern areas, so perhaps 11, 12s at best on many eastern coasts. Into Tuesday, again around about the low teens for many areas, still cool along these North Sea coasts. Wednesday, it repeats again. Parts of Ireland starts to warm up there, temperatures to mid to high teens. Perhaps even Western Scotland could get to about 17, 18 degrees. And it's through into Thursday, we start to see that low start to push southwards across the UK. And we'll start to lose that wind off the North Sea. So even parts of northeast England could be up into the mid to high teens, virtually across the whole board, really. Into Friday, temperatures again, high teens and perhaps even low 20s. We could see maybe 21, 22 degrees forecast there for perhaps northeast England. And there's that change in weather appearing actually towards northwest of Scotland. So heading into Friday, into Saturday, again, temperatures mid to high teens, but cool towards northwest. Could squeak into 13 or 14 degrees on Saturday. Into Sunday, cooler temperatures there towards the south there, so it could be in association with some rain or showers. Temperatures still in the mid to high teens across much of the Midlands, parts of East Wales, Northern England, where we should keep on to the sunshine. But you will notice it's turning cooler towards western and northwestern areas of the UK. Take us up to the Wednesday on this. And Monday, temperatures across the boards around up to about 12, 13 degrees, maybe just barely hold on to that warmer air towards the far east of England. And into Tuesday, again, with temperatures that low, there could be some longer spells of rain affecting parts of southwest England through Wales into parts of the Midlands, and there could be some rain affecting parts of Scotland as well. And finally, in today, 10, again, signs there will be some rain around, holding the temperatures back, maybe dry towards the eastern coast of England. Let's have a look at the rainfall. For a laugh, let's have a look at the precipitation type. You never know, you could see snow on high ground. You just don't know. Let's have a look. So universally dry, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Do we see any rain coming in for Friday? And there's a few hints there, perhaps some rain affecting parts of northwest Scotland into Friday. And into Saturday, we start to see pressure drop from the south, so could have some showers affect the far south. So yes, rain or showers could be affecting parts of southern England and East Anglia through into Sunday. And that could be an outbreak of showers actually through Sunday, potentially. Have a look at the Cape and Lifted. That is actually showing a bit of snow, actually, across the Highlands of Scotland through into the early hours of Monday. Take this up to Wednesday, so dry across much of England and Wales through Monday into Tuesday. And there's risk of some showers or longer spells of rain moving up through Tuesday and into Wednesday as well. It's looking much unsettled as we head beyond the weekend. Let's have a look at the Cape and Lifted. So there's perhaps showers. Will there have any thundery potential in it? Let's have a look. So obviously, seeing plus 20 on there, you just know the air's too stable for anything to happen. It's just a bit from when we get to the weekend beyond. So Saturday there, we'll start to see those numbers decrease into single digits. We'll start to need to look for the minuses, really, for any potential. And we need to see these colours turning more into the greens, really, for anything significant. We're clutching at straws there, quite unlikely. You can see a bit of green there towards parts of France there, so potentially they could see some storms into the near continent. Let's have a look through into Monday and Tuesday next week. Well, quite in the reliable time frame, if I'm honest. So nothing there for Tuesday into Wednesday. If this was to come off, nothing significant there. So maybe this time next week or towards the back end of this week, we can have a look, but nothing is showing at all. Right, let's go straight and have a look at the ECMWF weekly anomaly charts. So this is the mean sea level pressure charts between the 7th of April and the 14th of April. And no surprise, high pressure sat across the UK, giving us plenty of fine, dry weather. 14th of April to the 21st of April. As that high pressure sat back towards the Azores, just sat towards our southwest. This is showing more lower, but average to lower than average pressure. So obviously we are seeing a bit of a change through into next week. On the 21st of April to the 28th of April, has high pressure out towards the northwest. So in this flow, we'll see more of a northeasterly with this. And again, the 28th of April to the 5th of May has that higher pressure across northern areas. So again, we could start to see more of an easterly with that. And there's no real clear signal there for the start of May, the 5th to 12th. Perhaps low pressure set towards the near continent. So possibly see a bit of a southwesterly there. And the 12th of May to the 19th of May has lower pressure out towards Central Europe, higher pressure there. So potentially we could be maybe back in a northeasterly flow. So we'll have a look in a second with the temperatures. So the precipitation has as much drier than average through this week. 14th to 21st, having the working around about average, perhaps slightly wetter than average towards the south there, and perhaps the northwest of England. Sorry, northwest of Scotland. 21st to 28th has us around about average. 28th to the 5th of May has us around about average. Again, for the 5th to the 12th and to the 12th to the 19th. The 2-meter temperatures has us now surprisingly warmer than average, and there's that cold plunge heading towards Eastern Europe, as we saw on the earlier chart. The 14th of April to the 21st has us above average. 21st to the 28th has us above average. Same for the 28th to the 5th, the 5th to the 12th, and the 12th to the 19th. So it's looking it's remaining warm throughout the whole of actually those charts there. Again, I've already looked at this, but even through this chart, even though it's turned slightly wetter, it's not looking significantly wet. Oops. Even if it's next week. So it's perhaps slightly wetter towards the south coast there. But always looking around about average that week. So we could be looking at another dry April potentially. Yeah, looking at Merseyside, that's correct. Rather bleak for storms, yeah. My hope is, let's bring myself back on here. My hope is that this dry weather is helping warm up this ground surface. Then eventually, if we get the right conditions, we should get some nice big storms. If we get any, then coming in from the Atlantic, really. If we get that combined with the heat rising and the cool air coming in, we could start to see those clouds shoot up. But at the minute, there's no signs as yet. So we're building that energy in the ground for it to be released, but hopefully that could be released into a big bang, and surely we can have a better season than last year. But then again, you never know, it could remain dry throughout the whole of this year until autumn. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyone new join us since I've been rubbing on for the last 20 minutes or so? I can't see any new names. And I've got one more thing, which is the latest from America, because I've had quite a few days of outbreaks, to be honest, with plenty of really tornadic and quite severe thunderstorms around. There's been quite a lot of flash flooding around like the Memphis area and all those areas around that part of the US. So let's have a look at the latest actually from there. And we'll show end live in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So today, another outbreak going on. It's not. It's definitely still Axosphere as it has been for the last few days. Just zoom into that. So today's potential, we've got a slight risk there affecting 4.5 million people. The large populations of Mobile, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, Dothan, Atlanta, Alabama, Pensacola, Florida, and Auburn, Alabama as well. The marginal risk around this area here, so it's not as bad, but potentially there. Let's see what the write-up says there. There's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms across parts of the southeast, and scattered damaging winds and isolated tornadoes remain possible throughout this evening across parts of the southeast. Marginally severe wind gusts will also be possible northeastward into parts of the southern Appalachians and southern Virginia. So let's go back and see what the risk is for the rest of this week. So tomorrow's outlook is that system continued to progress eastwards. So there's a slight risk there for parts of Florida, Georgia, South and North Carolina. So the right up there is there's slight risk of severe thunderstorms from northern Florida into much of southern Georgia and South Carolina. I was like, it's just that marginal risk there for North Carolina, actually. So it's more southern than Northern Carolina. The day 3 outlook. Also, that system continues to progress further southeastwards, and it's just a few marginal risks there for parts of Florida and up here towards, I think what that is now. Let's say maybe Columbia. Do you know what? Maybe kind of trying to guess. I don't really know my states too much across this part of the world. Then let's look at the 4 to 8 day. So day 4, nothing. Day 5, yes, nothing predicted there for the rest of the week there back end. So I know that could change during the week. So I'll come back on. We're back. I know into the live stream, and it's ended nicely where we can end the live stream. So I'll give you a chance to say goodbyes. So Gav did say on this stream tonight that it should be back to 4 hour from next week again. So yeah, goes with the vids live from Sunday at 6 p.m. Obviously, we're back next week at 8 p.m. Is it Easter next week or is that the week after? So a quick look on the calendar. No, Easter's in 2 weeks, so yeah, back to normal time. I should be live should be live on Easter Sunday anyway. Good night to Anne Smith. Thank you for joining us this evening. Good night to Matthew. Thank you to our mods, Paul James and James as well. Thanks to Laura Johnson. Thanks for a great live stream. You're very welcome. And you're very welcome as well, James. Thank you for keeping the eye on proceedings. Good night to Ben. Try to read that there. Oh, was that on the screen there? I'm off to find some bat sleep. That's what it looks like to me. So yeah, thank you all for watching this live stream, taking your time to watch me on your screen. What's that there for audio? Thanks, Mark. No point saying have a good week. We're here for the weather. Yeah, so another dry week. If you want rain, you're just going to perhaps wait till the weekend. Let's see how much we get of it. So if you've got those precious plants outside, just be careful. It could be chilly in the morning, but you have to keep watering for at the moment. I just want a day off watering at the moment. Well, I did actually. My partner did it tonight. I'm going to stop jumping on. I shall see you all next week. And Steph's already said it. Thank you for the live stream. You may roll those credits. So I wish you a good night and see you next week. That's half an hour.